I started playing guitar when I was a kid. I had heard somebody play the guitar on TV or something, and I said, "Oh, I want to take guitar lessons." So at 7 years old, they got me guitar lessons, and I went for about 6 weeks. And then the guy I was taking with another fella, he dropped out, and I said, "Oh, okay." I was too young, probably 7 years old. But a few years later, when I was 11 years old, I picked it up again, and this time it stuck, and I kept playing. And I played all during high school, played in choir concerts, and actually made an album when I was in high school, so I got into it. It was an interesting opportunity I had when I was a senior in high school. I had a friend who I met through the choir, a girl who sang, and we did songs together. We kind of did, sort of Peter, Paul, and Mary kind of stuff. And we were playing for a friend's party at his house, and one of the people who was there was the fellow who was in the local Kiwanis Club, and he said, we should make a record album and sell it and use that as a fundraiser for the student key club, which was the Kiwanis Club in the school. So that's what we did, and we recorded it in the band room and the choir room. We got the AV guy to bring in his reel-to-reel tape recorder and his decent microphones. I persuaded some friends I had who played guitar and bass and bongos and other things to come in. I wrote half the songs. We recorded it in the fall of 1969. And released it in January 1970, made 1,000 copies. They've found their way around the world for some reason and found its way into a book called The Acid Archives, which is a compendium of independent music releases from the 60s, 70s, 80s. And I've had collectors call me from various places in the world. I had a guy call me from Switzerland once saying, "Are you the Ron Franklin on this album, Autumn to May?" "Yeah." "Do you have any available for sale?" I found out that if you can get a pristine copy on eBay, it goes for over $500. I had no idea. I wish I had a stack of them in my garage. I'd let them out little by little, But no, this was the album that I made in high school. And like I said, I wrote half the songs, and the other were pop songs of the day: Simon and Garfunkel, Peter, Paul, and Mary, Bob Dylan. I do have a website, and I have a lot of my own material there. I've never gone back to that album and re-recorded all those songs. Those are songs that left my repertoire long ago. I have a whole bunch of new songs, of course, that came in after that. But that would be an interesting idea, to do a remake of Autumn to May, and I'll take that under advisement. That's kind of a cool suggestion. You can find a few of the pieces out on YouTube if you just put in Franklin and Hayes, Hayes is my friend's name, and Hayes, and Autumn to May, which was the very first song I ever wrote when I was 14 years old. It's on the album. And you'll find there's a couple of pieces that's not me. Somebody took them off the album, put the album cover up there, and put them up on YouTube. So you can actually hear a couple of the songs off the album on YouTube. I like my own material. I'm in the process right now, by the way, of recording an entire album of my own original songs, some of which I'd recorded before, but this is more produced with, strings and pedal steels and bluegrass banjos and all that kind of stuff. So that's in process, and hopefully it'll be out later this month. Not this month, this spring. So, in the meantime, this is a tune that I wrote some years ago that I always say it summarizes the universal disease, which is most people would rather be someplace else most of the time. So it's called Escape Velocity. Riding alone in my automobile, try to untangle the way that I feel. There's a knot here in my heart, and I don't know where to start. Some days I just want to fly away, deal with these chains on another day, and conquer gravity and let my soul roam free. And you could say, why does he suffer so needlessly? Offer his heart to adversity. Well, I'm just trying to reach escape velocity. Well, I knew a man who lived upside down, day after day on a merry-go-round. It was a radical point of view, but it was all he knew. And he said, why do I need the earth anymore? To live in the air is what I came here for. And he sailed up over the treetops, vowing he'd never stop. And I could say, why do you suffer so needlessly? Offer his heart to adversity. He's just trying to reach escape velocity. you.